Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday, June 2nd of 2017. My name is Pete Connor. I'm your show's host, and we have an informative show for you today, so you'll want to stay tuned. Well, we're going to have William Morris from the Owatonna Peoples Press, who is going to be telling us about Forge magazine, a new publication coming from the OPP. And then we'll be going on location to visit with people of Learning RX Brain Training, Sonia Harris and Darci Stanford. And now let's highlight some of our valued sponsors. Our premier sponsors, City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Peoples Press. Our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation, Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. And our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Area Business Development Center, the Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Tri-M Graphics, and TPS Insurance. We hope you support these wonderful Owatonna businesses that support the Owatonna Today Show. Please say thanks to them when you see them around. And the Owatonna Today Show is able to continue because of their sponsorship. If you know of others, organizations that might be good sponsors, why don't you let us know about that, giving Leanne, our show's producer, a call at 507-390-5751. And now, let's take a quick break for some messages from those sponsors and be right back with our first guest, William. Please stay with us.
Hi, this is Nick Paler from Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. Come see our wide variety of plants. Proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome William Morris.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Good to have you. Good to have you. And thanks for taking the time to be with us to talk about something that's, I guess, a little special, we might say, and that's a new publication from Owatonna Peoples Press, the Forge magazine.
That is correct.
And we're going to talk a little bit about it, its contents. But first, we got to talk about William. I'd like to, at any rate, find out a little bit about who you are and, you know, how you arrived in Owatonna, where you came from, all of the bio sorts of things.
Sure. Well, I never mind talking about William. I've been here in Owatonna a little over 2 years now. I came in March of 2015 to work for the Owatonna Peoples Press and cover the main beats of the cops and courts, the Owatonna city government, and over time I started taking on the business beat as well.
Okay.
And when I say beats, that's not an exclusive thing. We're small enough that everyone covers some of everything, so you'll see me plenty of the time around at community events, at fundraisers, or at anything else that needs to be covered. But that's my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Now, beat has got to be an old newspaper term.
Right. You work the cop beat, or you work the city hall beat. That's, I think, in much the same way that police officers used to walk the beat. Yeah. It's their particular area of coverage.
Right. So educationally, did you go from high school to a university, let's say, to become something in mass media or mass communications, to become a newspaper guy?
Not directly. I went to Luther College, got my English degree, and was first looking towards education, but found myself trending more towards journalism instead. And I worked for college paper and high school paper, and worked for several years at my hometown paper in Wisconsin as a copy editor, and then found myself here.
Here you are, yeah. So, last couple of years, how's Owatonna treated you?
It's been good to me.
Good.
It's been good to me.
Yeah, yeah. What when you think about Owatonna, Steele County, What are some of the things that are perhaps most impressive to you about where you are now? If you were to go back home and say, y'all ought to come here, why would you say that?
Well, I think Katie Godfrey at the Chamber can probably give you a better answer on this than I. But I think a lot of the things that she would point to are the noteworthy things that we do have some best in their class companies here who are doing things that no one else in the world is doing, or no one else is doing as well. And we do have some attractions that no one else quite has. Certainly the bank downtown from Louis Sullivan, and the Orphanage Museum, I'm told, are big draws.
Sure. Steele County Fair, Free Fair.
Can't get away from the Steele County Free Fair.
That's right, yeah. So your work not only puts your stuff in print on paper, but you also are an online. I note when I go online that you do some blogging and things of that nature.
Well, certainly we have our website, owatonna.com. All you should go there. I'm on Twitter as well, and then we maintain the Owatonna Peoples Press Facebook page. So people hopefully have a couple different options for how they want to find our stuff.
Sure. Okay. Very well. Let's talk about Forge, the new publication coming. It's one of how many? When I say how many, there's, and I can't think of the word that I'm trying to use, but in addition to the newspaper publications.
Oh, we have a lot of specialty and occasional publications that happen on a monthly, quarterly basis, and I could not possibly tell you exactly how many there are because I'm not involved with more than a quarter of them. But I can tell you that this is something that we started up around the beginning of the year because we felt like there was a hole in the services we offer and the services that are offered in the community. So you're seeing here, this is Forge magazine, and it's our business magazine. This is our tool for, by, and of businesses to talk to each other, to see what their peers around the city and the county are doing, and hopefully find that piece of inspiration to get them onto the next big idea.
Okay. So this, for you personally now, this would take you off the beat, perhaps, and then put you into something that's a special.
Somewhat. I am the associate editor of Forge magazine, which mostly means that I'm the guy running around, not just writing stories, but herding all the content and making sure it gets to the right place at the right time. I'm still a reporter at the press, and in theory, we're splitting the time 50-50. That some weeks that happens more so than others.
Sure.
But you'll still see my name in the newspaper, and you'll definitely see my name here in Forge.
Okay.
Forge comes out every other month. So this that you're seeing here, or we're seeing there, is our first issue that came out at the beginning of April. We should have another issue coming out any day now. And I do want to address one thing that we've heard a lot. Obviously, our first issue, we started with this smiley happy man with a hammer, because our lead issue is about the construction industry and about some of the opportunities they have right now and some of the challenges they have right now, especially in terms of finding the hands to swing the hammers. Like everyone, they're having a workforce shortage these days. But we may have done our job too well, because now we keep hearing people come in and ask us about the construction magazine. It's not a construction magazine. Our second issue coming out this week is about the music industry and about all the different ways that music is a driving factor in the Steele County economy. And so there you will find very few construction workers on those pages.
Right. I've got to go back. Probably a question I should have asked a little earlier is the title, Forge. How did you arrive at, you all down there at the press, arrive at the title Forge?
Well, you'll see our tagline under the main header is "Keeping Steel Strong." I think someone got a little bit punny.
That's good. Well, it's a good thing. It's a catcher, isn't it?
That's our hope, certainly.
Yeah, excellent. Now, is this a publication that is free, or does one subscribe to it? How does one obtain it?
It is not subscription. We are sending these free of charge to, I believe the goal is every business, an organization, nonprofit, that sort of thing in the county. Certainly there are others who are asked to get on our mailing list, and if you're someone who doesn't fall into that category, and waiting rooms in hospitals, things like that. But we also have no shortage of them at our office on Pearl Street, and anyone who wants one is definitely encouraged to stop by and see what we're doing.
Sure. Well, it's I would have to say it's not necessarily it's not pulp. I mean, you're on good paper, on clay-based paper. It's 4-color. There's some expense that goes with this to publish this piece, and you're obviously you're willing to do that, and there's.
Well, it's not my expense.
Marketing, well, I know it's not your expense, but certainly your employer's expense, and which kind of makes it indirectly yours. But that there will be some additional, perhaps, play, because obviously the core is Owatonna Peoples Press. Your core publication is the paper.
Well, we definitely want to see this take hold and continue to grow and succeed, and we definitely want it to be supported by businesses around the county. To that end, we got our website coming live soon, and with that additional social media presence, and we'll be working on other plans, other options as it grows and as people become used to what we're doing.
Sure. Is your complete staff involved with this? I mean, from Jeffrey Jackson, the editor, down to the last person hired as a reporter.
Not necessarily.
No.
Not necessarily. We have a few particular writers and photographers that we work with that either have it carved away from their other responsibilities, or some of them are contractors from outside the company. But we have a team that we've worked with from day one putting this together, and I think they're putting out a great magazine.
So you might find someone from, let's say, one of our local industries in communications, who might be a so-called guest writer for the magazine?
Oh, we have a lot of columnists from around the community that we're very happy with. Inside, you'll find columns from groups like Owatonna Partners for Economic Development. That's quite a list here on the table of contents.
Sure.
The Mayo Clinic Health System, South Central Community College, and a number of others, because we're trying to get as wide a net and as broad a perspective as we can get.
Good. So it is obviously, at least in your opinion, and I would guess if one reads it the first time, it'll be in the opinion of others, it's a piece that is worth reading. It's looking at, get one, take a look, find out what it's about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, we're going to advise all of our listeners, our viewers of that, and I'm going to say to you, thank you for being here to tell us about Forge and about yourself and about other things going on down at the press, and best wishes as you go forward with it. And
You're most welcome.
Good to have you here. Wonderful. And thank you for being with us. We're going to be back after a few messages, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Bremer Bank. I am Jason Iberg.
And I'm Shannon Pedersen.
Bremer is a full financial services bank.
We invite you to stop by Bremer Bank and experience the Bremer difference.
You are always welcome at Bremer.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Since 1988, the Owatonna Area Business Development Center has been the part of the success of many area businesses. The center leases office space and manufacturing space and offers on-site business consulting. The Owatonna Area Business Development Center is in business to help your business be a success.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And I am here at Learning RX with Darci Stanford. Hello, Darci. Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello.
Now tell us what Learning RX is.
Learning RX is a one-on-one brain training center where we assess and then train the 7 underlying cognitive skills that we all have and need to think faster, learn easier, and perform better.
Okay, that's quite a lot. That encompasses quite a lot. So first of all, before we get into a little bit more about this is a new business that you have opened. Mm-hmm. And tell us a bit about yourself and how you came to be associated with Learning RX.
All right, my background has been in early childhood. I have been a faculty member teaching in a child development program at a post-secondary institution for the last 10 years, and prior to that was involved in early childhood, and have always kind of kept my eye open for an opportunity to have a business that benefited children and families.
Okay.
And we came across this when my son, we have him in the program up in Savage, started last summer, and was very impressed with the research and the science behind it. Even more impressed once he was finished with the results that we saw in him, and wanted to be able to bring something like this to Greater Minnesota. And I thought Owatonna is a perfect community. Mm-hmm. We invest a lot in our kids. We want our kids to be successful in all areas around here.
Yes, we do.
And there wasn't anything like it. You know, there's not tutoring services down here. There's not any of that kind of support with children. And so wanted to be able to bring this to the region.
Okay. Tell us what you were seeing with your son. How old was he at the time when he started with the Learning RX program?
He was 10, and we were just seeing a lot of late work at school. It was kind of getting worse and worse every year. Mm-hmm. Asking more often to not have to go to school, calling school torture. Those teachers were torturing him, which we knew wasn't true.
Right.
A lot of I'm dumb, I'm stupid, saying I'm just not smart kind of comments. Mm-hmm. And we saw it in other areas in his athletics, that he just looked like he was having to think so hard when we knew he knew what the game was. Mm-hmm. But when it came down to having to make fast decisions, he was always, just 2-3 seconds behind everybody else.
Okay.
And so heard the ads for it and thought, well, we'll take them in and see what they have to say. And with the assessment, when I saw the results, I knew right away that he had some significant deficits and that those were only going to get worse as he got older.
Okay. Now, how long was he a part of the program?
He was in the program for 26 weeks.
Okay.
And doing the trainings. We did some of the trainings at home as well, some of the activities. And then he finished up right before Christmas.
Okay. And what differences now have you seen since then?
Just so many differences, not just in school, but a lot of them are at home. He's just happier. He's certainly more self-confident. He does not ever say that he's dumb or not smart anymore. He now wants to get work done ahead of time. I don't know if he's had hardly any late work since he's finished. Maybe one time he said he did. But yeah, just you don't have to repeat yourself when it comes to asking him to do things. A lot of times anymore, I don't even have to tell him what chores to do. He knows what needs to be done and he gets it done. His soccer has improved as far as he thinks quicker out on the field. He can react better. He's engaged in the plays. He's not 2-3 seconds behind everybody anymore in making decisions.
So in viewing all of this, then you decided that this would be a good business opportunity for you as well, to bring this type of change for other people's children.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly. Again, he's not diagnosed with anything. He doesn't have a learning disability or any of the kind of severe stuff that people might think a person would need this for. He was just someone that was struggling in what he was doing at school.
Okay, so Learning RX is actually called, you referred to the word training, so it's brain training. Can you explain what that is and how you apply that to the clients that come to see you.
Sure. One of the first things that we do is an assessment, because there's 7 underlying cognitive skills that I mentioned earlier. And so what you have over here is your knowledge bank, and that's what teachers do. That's what tutoring is. It's giving you knowledge. And this is all the things that knowledge has to go through to get here. And then when you take a test or something, or someone asks you a question, you pull it from your knowledge bank. So if there's deficits here, it's a lot harder to get the information into the knowledge bank, so to speak, into these file cabinets.
So it's kind of like the building blocks of the brain. It helps with how the brain functions. Is that a good assessment?
Yes, it improves the processing and how the brain, absolutely how the brain functions. And so especially with these 3 core ones down here, if there's something that's a deficit in these areas, it's going to impact more than, it's not just one, it's going to impact several areas.
Okay. Show me the second sheet, because I actually worked a little bit on this, and explain how this works. Did you want to start with the arrows or with the words?
The words might be a little easier for people to be able to see.
Sure.
And this again is one sheet, and there's lots of variations of this activity, and part of it has to do with different divided attention, focused attention, selective attention, depending on what activity you're doing. And so a lot of people are familiar with this. They may have seen it in other venues, but you might be the activity, again, to a beat, because you want the clients to be thinking at a steady speed, because you're trying to build how fast they think. The drill might be, say, the actual word itself. So it would be, green, blue, red, yellow, black, red, green.
And even though right now those are all different colors, they're not the color of the word that you're saying.
Nope, they're the actual letters that the letters make. So then another activity to make it harder, once someone gets good at that, it would be saying the color of the word. So it would be blue, yellow, black, blue, green, yellow, green.
Okay. Which makes you...
It's a different type of attention.
Of thinking, too. A different type of... Your brain has to process it just a little bit differently.
Yep. And then to challenge it even more, it would be doing it every other one. So it might be that you're saying the word and then saying the color. So it would be green, yellow, red, blue, black, yellow, green.
Okay.
Because that's a different level of attention.
So as you said, it's really it's training the brain, it's training those synapses that we have that fire, that connect all of the different parts of the brain together, that kind of makes the whole cognition.
Yep, the research part of the company just finished a study with MRIs where they actually can show after, they followed people for so many weeks, and after training, you can actually see on an MRI the connections that are made as someone's going through the training.
Okay, great. Well, now tell us where you are located and what your hours of operation are.
We are located at 112 East Pearl Street, right next to Legacy Signs. And if you're from the front on Cedar, we're in the upper level of, it's now Owatonna Fitness. It used to be the Owatonna Fit Lab. And our hours might vary in the summer. The hours might be a little earlier since children aren't in school.
Oh, sure.
Summer hours might be more like a 9 to 5, and then when school starts, it'll be more like an 11 to 7, since children, most of the clients tend to be children, so they'll be in school during the day.
And what age groups do you cater to for this type of brain training?
The youngest is 4, and then up until they've had clients in their 90s.
In the 90s. So I could even benefit from something like this.
You definitely could.
After trying to go through that color thing, I'm going, this is interesting. I think I need to do more of that. All right. And how large is your staff?
We will be having myself and a part-time director, and then 4 trainers, part-time trainers.
Okay. All right. And we have your contact information up on the screen right now. And all people need to do is just give a call and make an appointment for an assessment, or maybe also to find out a little bit more about the program and what services you can provide for the client.
Yep, the assessment is the first step. And then after we have that, then we can sit down and figure out what individualized plan is going to serve that client the best.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Darci, thank you so much for spending time with us. Again, it's Learning RX, and again, where are you located?
We're located at 112 East Pearl Street in downtown Owatonna.
Okay, and phone number?
507-414-7287.
Okay, so if you have a child that you feel is struggling in school, this, I think, would be something good for you to investigate, some brain training with Learning RX. So thank you so much for spending time with us today, Darci.
Thank you.
And audience, please stay with us. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and thanks so much for staying with us during these segments. We're going to have some community announcements at this time. The Steele County Diaper Bank provides a short-term limited supply of free diapers for needy infants and young children living in Steele County, and is hosting a community diaper drive on Saturday, June 3rd at Cashwise Foods here in Owatonna. Donations of new disposable diapers from preemie to children's size 7, preferably in complete unopened packages, and financial donations to help purchase diapers in bulk at discounted prices will be accepted. Drop off your diaper donations and money donations at Cashwise on Saturday, June 3rd, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And as well, all proceeds from the lunch wagon that weekend will also benefit the Steele County Diaper Bank. Honoring Choices of Minnesota invites the communities of Faribault and Owatonna to attend the convenings on Tuesday, June 13th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Medford High School. Kathy Wurzer of Minnesota Public Radio will host this free event of music, storytelling, and conversations about living and dying well. Sign up today to get a spot at one of the Riverbend Nature Center's weekly summer camps for ages 3 through 16. Camps will be held each week from June 12th through the week of August 21st. There are half-day and full-day camp options that are available and will be filled with fun, adventure, and learning. Last one, Funny Girl, the musical from Little Theater of Owatonna, June 16 to 17 and June 22 to 24th, 7:30 p.m., and also June 18 and June 25th at 2 o'clock p.m. And that's going to take care of it for us for today. Why don't you come back on Monday when we are going to have the power of the purse and the coordinated response team on domestic violence. We hope to have you back. Thank you for being with us today, and we sure hope that you have a good weekend.